Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SuTube. It is November the 4th, and first of all, I want to say I wasn't actually going to make a video today, but I got 100 subscribers last night, you guys, so that's exciting. That's my first milestone. Thank you so much for everybody sharing the video, checking out the video, liking my videos, commenting, retweeting them, all that sort of stuff, guys. Thank you so much for showing interest in my content here. So I decided I am going to do a bit of a video here. I'm going to take a look at the short-term analysis here with that trade that I entered the other day. As well, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a different approach, a different point of view at my macro analysis here. So if you guys think that sounds good, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and with that, let's get it. Alright, going into my trade here, guys, you know that in a previous video I pointed out the importance of this downward yellow sloping trend line there, and I was also looking at this green box for a bit of a double bottom support, and I thought that we would carry on to the upside from there. I said that I changed my stop loss here to this red line, and it was so close. I woke up, I honestly thought that I was out of that trade. I thought that I unfortunately got wicked out just perfectly. But when I checked a few hours later, when I had time, I actually was still in my trade. I totally thought that I was out of it, so that was cool. A bit of a surprise there, guys. What I'm looking at now, I probably will end up raising my stop loss just a little bit. Probably just below the 13.6K region because I am looking at this potential green channel playing out on the 15-minute chart here. And just in case we do end up keeping support on this upward trend line, I do want to hold a long position open right now because you guys have watched, hopefully you've watched my previous videos. The last few I've shown a bit of my macro analysis, which has been incredibly bullish, and I am sticking to that. I am only playing long positions. I haven't been shorting lately because I just am way too bullish on the trend right now. So I do want to hold a long position open just in case this is about to absolutely explode. And check out my previous video about my macro analysis. I have it in the description of this video. I think there's some ridiculous price targets to be reached. And that brings me to my macro analysis here, guys. So lately, guys, when I've been doing my macro analysis, I've been on the logarithmic chart just because it's easier to fit bigger moves into the picture. But today I'm just gonna go over another reason why I think this price target should be ridiculous, you know, that I've been calling out for 300K, 340K. Let's just look at things on a scale here of when we're on our normal chart here. The size of this triangle that's played out the last 3 years, this is basically what most people in the crypto space know. So they can't fathom the idea that an absolutely massive explosion would happen that would be in the thousands of percents, right? So let's go back and look at what the chart looks like before this price action. It's barely even noticeable, guys, right? But let's just pump things up here. Right now it looks like the same kind of a chart, right? We even have another triangle, and no matter how you want to point out this triangle, whether it's this trend line or this trend line, either way, after we broke out of those and got our 382 retest, it just was the start of a massive parabolic run, you guys. Let's go back even further. Let's go to these smaller triangles. See these triangles, they're still there. We still have this triangle pattern we break out of, we close above the 382, and boom, parabolic move, you guys. You get what I'm saying. There's all these triangles over time that are just getting bigger and bigger with time, and when you really zoom into things like this and you see how insignificant these price levels were back when we were at these prices, I wasn't here obviously, but the chart action seemed normal, you guys. Just like right now, the trading range that we're in is absolutely massive compared to these, right? But it just seems so normal to us because we've been in such a large trading range, and that continues to happen. We just get bigger and bigger trading ranges, you guys. So that's another reason, guys, where if that's to happen again, because we did get out of this triangle, we did get our retest of the 382. You guys know my opinion about that. If you haven't, check out that video in my description. But it would only make sense once again that the chart does something like this, you guys, and we start looking at those 100,000, if not significantly higher, because even that, the chart still looks so significant. We'd be looking at a much larger scale, something like that, if it's to repeat what it's done the last several times. And once again, we're getting closer to that 300,000 mark. Obviously, that's very rough scaling, and that's not to be used as proper analysis or anything like that. My other video was much more technical than this. I'm just showing you from an eyeball perspective of why, just another reason why I think this move could be absolutely massive, and the people that don't expect it and that still sound bearish overall, waiting for that CME gap and shit like that, I think these technicals far outweigh it, because the gaps haven't been around as long as these patterns have, you guys. These patterns have been around since, I think it's 2011, something like that. Gaps have only been around basically since this area, if I'm not mistaken, because that's when the futures markets began and people were able to start shorting Bitcoin. So these patterns just seem to happen over and over. And again, check out my logarithmic analysis, because that'll just confirm how bullish I think this trend is. One thing to watch out for right now, guys, if I am to zoom in on the daily chart, we are above this red horizontal resistance, which is absolutely beautiful. That's, well, around that 13.9K region. We did have a candle body close above that, and we are still above it after a bit of a fake out wick. We'll have to see how that goes, but that wick even got close to that 618 rejection point again. Beautiful that it is holding this orange line as support. You guys know my feelings on that from even my shorter time frame analysis. But one thing that is alarming to me, guys, is that we are right at the top of my green channel that I've been pointing out for weeks now, I think since we were back somewhere in this area. Either way, was totally expecting to get back to the top of this channel, and there it happened again, so that's absolutely beautiful to see. My macro analysis playing into my shorter time frame trades absolutely beautifully. So things might cool off now if we start. I think we actually have divergences and whatnot in the RSI. It's quite overbought on, this is the daily too, but that could just mean there's a ton of buying pressure. We're gonna have to see. We have obviously in the past got much higher, so, and that's only back here. So I mean, overall, guys, don't let one indicator decide all your analysis, right? You got to throw everything together, but obviously right now playing along is a bit risky. I'm already in a position. I'm not adding to one right now. I'm updating stop losses to lock in profits, that sort of stuff, you guys. Last but not least, guys, I just want to say thank you again so much for showing interest in my channel, and please hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and share this video if you feel like there's a lot of educational value here for other people that you know in the trading game or whatever, guys. Every share is so much appreciated, you have no idea. As well, my other way of looking at this chart and looking at the scaling here, I have been looking at that in the past, but I want to give a shout out to Team Underground. The guy's name is Thomas. He's a very good analyst. If you don't listen to him, check him out. I really like what he shows. I agree with so much of the analysis he does and that sort of stuff, guys. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.